What's going on, everybody? Before I get this video started, please go ahead and enjoy this clip. The only reason I uploaded this one in the beginning is because I'm just really happy I got the kill on this guy. He was really annoying me with this ATV trying to run me down. But guys, what I wanted to say was that I'm trying to reach a milestone, a huge one, and that is 10,000 subscribers. You guys have already gotten me to almost 2,000 subscribers, and I couldn't thank you guys enough. The comments, the likes, the shares, everything. I've been loving the positivity. But before I get completely started this video, guys, I just wanted to say that if you are within the top 5,000 of these people, I would hope it's by the end of the month of January, because I do want to get my streaming started by the end of January. So I hope you guys will join me. Love you guys. Peace.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party.
Alright, everybody, let's get this video started. Today we are jumping right into another best places to land, and this is going to be a revamp of one of my favorite places to land, and that is Train Station. Train Station is the best, not only for just solos, but it is great for duos, and it is great for squads. It has so much loot all over the place, and so many vehicles, and great rotation, and it's towards the center of the map, and it's just, I just love it. It's more of the hilly area. It's more quiet, and within all of Train Station you can really hear and like pinpoint where people are, and there's really a lot of stash box locations and a lot of other secret little tips and tricks. But I would always say try to land at the main building if you have some gun skill. Get in here and immediately try looking for a weapon. But there is a box spawn, and it is right here. This box spawn right there. It's a big box spawn or a small box spawn or the med kits. Now here's another little trick for anybody who's in this building, whether it's the start of the game or towards the end of the game. If you want to get some secret kills, I'll go ahead and show you a little secret. If you can go back here to this room, if you can jump up onto these boxes, you'll see right here, these boxes right there, and you jump right onto the guard right there, and then you'll follow the wood railing to make sure you don't fall, and then you'll jump and you'll mantle up here, and then from here you can get movement up top, and you can really take people by surprise up here. You can really just, people come running in, they don't look up, and then they come in, you just start shooting at them. They still don't know that they're getting shot from above. Once you start shooting at them, it's really great. And you can also get to the roof and through these windows, through these areas right here, that ladder. There's also another one right over there, so you can get out the window. You just walk the ledge, get to the roof up here, and then you have a good line of sight for anybody that could be on the trains or on the building over there. And I would like to say that there is a vehicle spawn right there. It's usually a truck or an ATV right there in that location, right next to that white little shed. And then there's also an ATV spawn right there to the entrance and exit of the parking lot. And if you come over here and look over there next to those buildings just to the west, there's another ATV spawn. And then there's another way to get to the roof. You don't have to just go inside to get to those ladders. You can actually go right here, jump onto where the grass is, and then you just have to do a sprint jump and mantle to the top. And then this way you can get you can get on top without having to go to the danger of possibly getting inside. And then once you are on top, you can just look through these windows here, get a peek, and then now you can start your rotation. I would say one of the first places you want to get to is the train. There's a lot of great loot. Just start on one end of the train and work your way down. Make sure you have your loot button set to square, and then this way you can just quickly move while looking for loot and also listening for enemies, because you do want to be crouch walking. Here's another little secret. You can jump onto these, jump up here, and then you have a nice head glitch for anybody over there. You can also jump across the train and do it over here for another nice little head glitch for a nice little fight for any sort of game mode, solo, duo, or squads. There's also another location up here for a small box location or a medical location. And then there's also loot all within the trains, inside and on top. Not a lot of people know this, but there is a lot of loot on top of the trains. But be careful, if you are on top of the trains, you will make a lot of noise with your footsteps. So unless you're using dead silence or skulker, try to keep your noise to a minimum. You can also listen for people if they are on the trains as well. So if you jump right up here, there's also a box location that spawns right there. And if you get on the roof, there's actually a lot more loot. Yes, there is loot on the roofs, usually, in this game. And you can usually just jump right down here. You don't jump, but just kind of fall, and there's another box location right there, or a small box, or medical, as you can see. And you can always get right back into the train here for more loot. And then on top of this train, there is no loot, not the commuter trains. But make sure you still have that press square instead of hold square. And yeah, so like I said, no loot on top of the trains. And then you can go to the little shed over there to the left. And then do remember that you can get on top or inside of trains for loot. And then another little location we'll talk about here is this building on the northeast corner of train station. Not a lot of people land here, but it is a great place to start the game off. There's usually always a gun here, and some armor and a lot of other loot on all 3 levels. And it's a great place to sneak up on people, whether it's the same building all over the map, because this building is repeated. You can hide behind these doors. Or another one I like to do is I'll open this one right here, and I'll have a melee weapon, or any other weapon really, but I like melee, and I'll just chill right behind the door, so that way when they come running in, they'll come straight through here, and I'll just be able to melee them, so it's really cool. So you just sit here, and they come running in, and bam, you just get them. Nah. And then right up here at the roof, there's a box location that can spawn right there as well. So there's a lot of stash locations within train station. We're going to go ahead and get to another one here in a second. I can see the storm circles moving in, so we're going to have to get to another game. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go right through this building right over here. And there's actually a secret entrance to it. And then there's usually a box that can spawn in here as well. And look at that, there's more stuff. So this is another box spawn location, and then of course, if you look down these areas, these aisles, that's how you can usually tell where people are, because they usually come cutting in and out of the trains, jumping in and out of them, and that's how you can keep a good eye. Always keep a lookout on these wooden panels, or these 2x4s over here, or 4x4s, and you know, always look for loot on top. And then also same thing again over here on top of the water tower. There is loot as well all around it, so make sure to start on one and just make your way around. And just a quick little tip here, when you are coming off the water tower, make sure to just run off of it, not jump. See that? I did not take any fall damage. But if I go back up to the water tower here and I jump off of the ledge, I will take 15 fall damage. Look at that. So make sure to just run off of it and not jump off of it. And there's also the building right here behind me. And then these grassy areas that you can lay in if you hear people. Do keep note that these flags do sound like footsteps when you're near them. So if you are inside of train station, there's another flag right over there. They do tend to sound like footsteps, so always keep in note that these 2 flags are here. This is very important. Now these 2 buildings over here are also great for side loot. If you hear a lot of people and you can't get into the train station building, you can run over to these 2 buildings, and sometimes there's loot in them. I would probably start at this building right here, because there is a box location. Nice little small box. Got some more stuff for a gun in a game that has no enemies. But yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed most of the tips here at train station. Train station is a very popular spot to land, especially in squads, because like I said, there is a lot of loot here at train station. A ton of loot at train station. And it's just a great rotation. So if the circle's coming in like it is now, I just gotta go across the bridge there, get any one of the vehicles that I pointed out. So we'll do a quick recap. There is a stash box right there. There is a small stash box right there. There's also a small stash box right there. There is a box down below the building there. There's that other box on top of the ladder there. There's another box that spawns in that northeast building right there. There is a... Wait, where is it? There's a box location also right there for a stash box. There's also a vehicle location right there. There's also a vehicle location right there. A vehicle location right there. And that pretty much does it for train station. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed the tips. Be sure to stay tuned for the next ones. Peace. Love you.